I'll just get this wire, excuse me. I think we've got to look at the safety stuff really big time. This wire is low tensile. This is high tensile. I would say in Hawaii, where you don't get cyclones on the big island anyway, you can use stuff as thin as that. 12 gauge, I think Nate said. Yeah. There's a lot of difference between high tensile and low tensile wire. And I was lucky I went to an agricultural show and I saw an old crusty old fencer say don't ever play with fencing wire, particularly high tensile, without glasses. Because early one morning I was trellising, stuffing around, we're just starting, and it flicked off and hit me dead centre in the middle of the glasses. I would have lost an eye for sure. So key thing, don't touch it without eye protection.
So you're talking spring steel versus mild steel?
Yeah, have a feel of this. Just pass it around, but again be careful. And when I broke this off this morning, I did that to my wrist. Oh! Just with a flick. So it's different stuff, but it's really good.
You take it over the galvanized? Or?
We use double galvanized in Australia, but probably don't need it. But don't use low tensile because it will let you down. It will
this stretches a lot.
Stretches too much.
Not very little, right?
That's getting back to this. It's simple, but use the right wire. This is fantastic for a short run like this, and they've done it. The next thing, and this is a key one. If we can imagine this anchor, and we're going this way, I just want to show you how we do a tie.
Oh, where's the fencing twist?
Nate, you got that anchor thing there, that little dummy one that was that little baby one? Yeah, you got it.
The day we put this in, there was 2 days we did this, was 11 inches of rain.
So this is a miniature version of exactly what they use in Australia. And I've tried to have these made here, and we got to get to a place where we can get these made consistently, but he'll explain.
Oh, I know some welders work for coconuts.
Do you? Can make that? I would suggest somebody, you don't need every engineering shop making them, get one to make them. We use 20mm Rio bar, whatever that is, 3/4 inch. This bottom part's key to make it bite, drill in, because some people we've had again mistakes, they get it a little bit wrong and it won't bite. On a big scale we use a post hole borer, and we just make an adapter that fits here and wind them in.
Oh, perfect.
Smaller scale, a crowbar, and walk around and round. And wind it in. It works perfectly too. But that's the key, and it's got a screw on the end, it's made for it. That'd be just a bigger scale of that. We go about a little bit over 1 metre down. And even though it's a fairly small foot, it won't pull out.
I tried the 1/2 inch electric drill the electricians use. So I had one of my men try it.
Break your arm.
Pulled it on, and he went right around. He was just running as fast as he could. Yeah,
Peter, is that the size you're using?
No, this is a really baby one.
Okay.
He's using a 20mm, which is 3/4 plus. Yeah.
So how big is the bottom area? About like that. Okay.
6 to 8 inches.
Okay.
Because it's a fair way down, you can imagine pulling a star picket or fence post out. It doesn't take much to hold down. The other option that Vincent and Nate have done here is drill a hole, put a bit of good chain in there, and just pour concrete in there. You don't even need it right to the top. Just need a blob down there,
way down
about
the
a yard or a bit more down.
What about a woven aircraft cable?
Anything that doesn't
Braided
rust.
cable?
Stainless aircraft cable.
Yeah,
we
that'd
found
be
out the
perfect,
biggest thing, if you dig a hole, is elephant toe the hole. Just a little bit, just a little ridge. The concrete goes into it, and my tractor can't even pull it out. Yeah.
So that's that. If anyone wants to have a look at it and take a photo of the angles, but that's a perfect one to work with.
Well, they've got a concrete plate.
Yeah, he concreted the chain.
Huh?
There's a chain attached to the concrete.
You got a chain inside there. Chain in the concrete.
He was explaining you could do it that way.
And you put a bar in the chain, and it'll never pull out.
Yeah.
Like a piece of rebar like this through that chain.
The proper way to do an end tie is to put a loop through there, a single knot, and come back on itself. We find it too hard. We don't do it that way. It's too much work. With high tensile wire, it's too much work. And did anyone want to feel this, just how stiff it is? It's really hard to tie. Just be careful of the ends of it again. Can somebody there hold that up there as if it's up there on a pole?
Blocking my view here, the slippers.
Without being too critical, but I am, these ties are very untidy compared to ours.
Who did that?
Well, that's why I'm here.
did that.
That's why I'm here.
This is one beer, that's 2 beer, that's the 3rd beer.
What we use, and I should have brought it with me, this would make 2 beautiful ones out of it.
Yeah.
But
3/4.
Troy hasn't got an oxy. Nate, cut this in half, flatten it with a hammer, rough as guts really. Drill 2 holes in it.
Okay.
This is what I'm going to do, if you can imagine that, and then you paint it with the brightest fluoro paint you can find.
Oh, you want to find it again?
Because what you do is you're working here and you put in the grass and you've lost it.
Yeah.
So paint it fluoro. So can you envisage that flattened out to about 1/4 of an inch?
Right.
And what result you get, firstly, this is going to be cumbersome, but it's all we could find. Firstly, you control the end of that dangerous wire. Got on your man.
Oh, they sell those at Dell's for a couple bucks.
Can you buy them?
Yeah.
Well, tell people where to
We
get
call
them.
them a twister.
I don't know why.
Yeah,
This is biting more than it should.
Mm.
So what we do is,
Slip and slide.
yeah, with a drilled out one, a twister. Where are they? Adello's.
Dell's.
At Dell's, it's a
Farm
fencing
supply.
farm
There
supply.
you
Yeah.
Easy,
It's
$7 bucks.
the Hawaii
Don't even have
wing
to
of
drill a hole.
tractor store.
No.
Super tight. Got multiple gauges on it.
There you go. That's where it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cattleman use it.
That's basically what it is. Just handheld.
It's the same thing, yeah.
That's a lot of wire.
You want a reasonable length like that of open space, and then we go tight on the end. Just wrap it.
Lop it.
Have you ever had one come undone?
No,
No, not that kind of.
because it locks on
That's not
itself as
coming
it
undone
pulls.
there. The friction level there is hundreds and hundreds.
Now you got a real tight.
Category 5 still stayed. So we have tested it, yeah. That'll get hot.
It gets hot. Yeah.
Yep.
From bending it.
Yep.
I always like to burn myself to find out. You know.
Makes it real.
Yeah.
Thanks for taking one for us.
Yeah. Take one for
Big one for the team.
Cool.
Oh, nice.
Really?
So it gets you away from the tight spot there, so you're not bound up.
Yeah.
Right.
And there is a way, you make a little crank handle, you can break that off with high tensile wire, but that's the other one.
Peter, could we use the same anchor if we were to go another length? That would,
Yeah. The anchors are critical, that's a good point, Vincent. As you saw may have seen in the slide yesterday with the jackfruit, the anchors pulled out, we had the grapevine type anchors, and they popped out of the ground and the whole lot goes down like dominoes. You lose them.
Oh.
I'm talking severe cyclones, but if you've got a big crop of Kawana lychees here and the wire's hanging on it, if your anchor slips, the whole lot starts to move. It doesn't have to slip much, so you want an anchor to be an anchor and not move. It's the crucial part, yeah. The next thing is the wires. The staples, we went through